Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Georgia and this is Crocheting Chaos. Today's chaos is brought to us by this skein of yarn I am attempting to detangle and cake. It's been sitting in one of my yarn crates for a bit now, just giving me anxiety, being haphazard where it's a partial thing of yarn, and I thought today I would deal with this. I've been fighting with this thing for about 45 minutes and it's 1:11 in the morning and I should either be doing homework or be in bed. But priorities, obviously. Tomorrow is my last day of class and then I just have to do my final stuff over the next week, which means I really need to put the crochet away and lock in. I'm getting ready to cut this and make this a future me problem. This last bit, because it is just frustrating me so much. And honestly, cutting it is no big deal to me because I do not use that much orange yarn, and there is little chance that a knot would be that much of an inconvenience to me. I need to be over here where you guys can see me. But before I go any further, first things first, I know it is the 30th now. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, but it's still the 30th. So let's briefly take a look at what yarn I've used this month. And I mean, I like looking at the yarn that I've used because even though like I'm buying yarn, even though I'm supposed to like be on a self-imposed yarn buying ban until I get what I have knocked down a bit, I like physically seeing how much yarn I've used. And by seeing, I mean adding up in grams, because even though there's yarn coming in and you can physically see how much yarn is coming in, you don't necessarily see how much yarn you're using, because when it's worked up in a project, you really can't tell how many skeins or balls or hangs or whatever you've used on it. I mean, for example, I'm working on this mesh shirt, and I'm using the hipster cotton in faded monochrome. I just need to finish this row that I'm on. I think maybe I have one more to do. No, I have one more to do after this row, and then I can break for the sleeves and finish the length of it. But it doesn't, and there's the head hole. It's going to be a drop shoulder thing, but you can't, it's hard to eyeball how much yarn is in this. This is like one skein size 3 yarn, and I think that's part of the reason that it's hard to pick out how much yarn you've used, is because one skein of size 3 yarn looks different than one skein of size 4 yarn, and so forth and so on. So I do like seeing how many grams of yarn I've used, just where I know, where I can see, oh hey, yeah, I'm actually using my yarn, and how much of it I'm using. So starting off, 2 things of parfait XL at 200 grams each. 3 balls of cotton sprout at 100 grams each. 1 cake of candy shop cotton at 150 grams. 100 grams of Premier Parfait Chunky. What color is this? This is white. Did I really use that much white yarn? Or is this a placeholder for something else? Maybe I finished the skein of white. I think I finished a skein of white. And 1 thing of hipster cotton at 100 grams. So that's what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50, 1,050 grams of yarn. That's pretty cool. What's this? Oh, that's the other thing of Candy Shop. I've only used 1, not 2. Okay. A little later on in the video, I've got the makes that I've done this week, and I have the yarn haul. But before we get to that, I want to share an observation that I made. Like, something dawned on me yesterday, and I'm still scratching my head over it, and I don't get it. I was in the craft store, and I was over in the yarn aisle looking for size 3 cotton. I mean, making clothing for the warmer weather, obviously I'm going to use a size 2 or size 3 cotton. Most of us are. And so I'm over looking in the yarn department, looking for size 2 or 3 cotton, and I don't find any. All the cotton that I find is worsted weight. And of course, there is enough. And of course, there is enough worsted weight acrylic to outfit a small country, because that's just seems to be how craft stores work. And outside of that, you have your blanket yarns, and you have some chenille or polyester type yarns that people use for chunky amigurumi. And it dawned on me. Obviously, size 2 and 3 cotton yarn is seasonal, in the sense that, hey, this is what we use for warm weather wear when we're making wearables. Just like chunky yarns or the chunky wools are used for winter wearables. And I find it interesting that we can find like woolly stick and quick yarn like all year round. I mean, who wants to work with wool in the middle of hot weather? You know, something that you would use for mittens or a hat or a sweater because it's freaking cold out. Why? And you know, even you even go into craft stores and like the home decor section, like the fabric section, even it's like there are seasonal items or seasonal fabrics. You've got spring stuff, you've got winter stuff, you've got holiday stuff, spring stuff, summer stuff, fall stuff, winter stuff. You get the idea. But yarn is not seen as seasonal. We get the same yarns year round, despite the fact that in the warmer weather, people want size 2 or size 3 cotton, maybe a size 2 merino wool, but the stores don't carry it. You're stuck ordering it. I want to know why this is. You would think, in theory, that if they're going to do seasonal things, you would think that they would also sell like seasonal craft supplies, and to a certain extent, places do. You just look around, like at Michael's at the holidays, they have holiday crafting kits, but we don't get seasonal yarn. This is a later me problem. I'm done with this. I am frustrated. Actually, I might cut this other end off, tie it on, and take care of that bit because it's already untangled. Future me problem. Okay. But if anybody can answer that for me, I would really like to know, why are different yarn compositions and yarn weights considered seasonal products for to be carried in craft stores? It seems logical to me. I don't know. I may actually be done with this. This just wrapped around the bottom of the winder because I was not paying attention. Hey, I just wanted to pop in here quickly and show you the finished crop that I was working on. I made this out of size 2 Premier Cotton Fair since the weather's getting warm, and I think it turned out really well. I mean, this is a little wide here. I might like add a small ribbing to the bottom. I don't know yet. I'll think on that. Maybe I could just take it in with the rounded double crochet. That's a little wider than I wanted, but it's good. I like it. It's comfortable. It's soft. I love Premier's cotton yarns. So there we go. As always, my lighting sucks, but I finished my giant tufu. Like he won't fit in the thing. Like here he is. He's giant. Here's his other leg. And I know they're not legs or strings. But there's no way that he's gonna fit in the entire thing. And I made this out of Premier Parfait XL. I did the eyes and the nose out of Premier Parfait Chunky. I wish I had safety eyes big enough for them, but here we are. And I'm not used to crocheting face bits, which is why they're a little wonky. And because I had to decide how big I needed them and like all of that. I know the smaller one turned out better, but here we are. He also had safety eyes, but yeah, he won't even fit in the thing, in the frame. Like There. See, he won't fit, but there we go. Mr. Drifloon is done, and I'm going to hang him from my ceiling, and he can go steal children because that's what Drifloon does. Thursday, I placed another premiere order. It was supposed to be here Sunday. I didn't realize that the reason my premiere orders show up so quickly is because they're North Carolina. I'm in Virginia, premieres in North Carolina. That's not far to go. But for some reason, this ended up in New Jersey. I don't understand that routing. But it was just delivered an hour before I had to leave for class, which is amazing, where it's not out in the rain. But the FedEx driver did put it on the wet stoop instead of pushing it closer to the house on the dry area. So, whatever. I got it as soon as it was delivered because, of course, my dog was losing his mind because somebody was in his yard. You know, it's a good thing I open my packages upside down. My clothes would be covered in dirt where this was put on the wet portion of the studio. Oh, well, I thought I ordered the same color. What is this? Lilac. Nope, I ordered a different color. Okay. I'm finishing up my Drifloon. I just have to do the legs. It's his strings. I thought that I ordered the same color, but I didn't. I ordered a different color. This is going to be a ditto. It's going to be his ditto friend. I have two of those in the XL, of course. Now, the rest of this is wow. Okay. First, I ordered 3 more packages of this. I have 4 Holsteins and 2 cakes. I have 4 whole cakes and 2 partial ones, and then I have 9 more. I decided that this would make a great seat covers for my car. I have a diagram of where all of my airbags are, so I can leave holes for that. I just have to go out and measure my seats. So I can start that. And I ordered 8 more things of black cotton sprout because I love this yarn and I go through a lot of this. And I ordered Bertha Lavender. I think this is lavender. Yeah, it says lavender. 2 of those. And 2 mint. Got a project in mind for this, which is why I do. I love these cotton yarns, and I'm finding that I also like the what is it? The cotton fair stuff, and I love the hipster kind. I love Fingers cotton yarns. I'm very partial to them. They're soft. They make amazing wearables. And they're perfectly chunky in pink because I want to make a Mew. And this is Mew Pink, otherwise known as cotton candy. Mew. Yes, I'm on a kick making Pokemon. I don't know why. I just am. And I have some sage because I'm also going to make a tradish because of course I am. I have 2 things of this. This is toffee, and this is also for my tradish. So, Pokemons are in my future because I want to make Pokemons. I have a box of yarn that I have to put away. Wonderful. I never think about putting yarn away when I buy it, but I have been cleaning up in here. I've put a lot of yarn away. I've organized a bunch of stuff, and I know it doesn't look like it, but this is the disaster area. And this is the Premier Yarn Haul that is now all over my desk. I'm going to put this away, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to finish different before I go to class. Yarn on the line that goes round and round, round and round, round and round. Yarn on the line that goes round and round all through the day. Okay, yes, I am doing slide holding now. With that, I'm going to get out of here before everybody thinks that I am completely unhinged, because it is totally headed that way. I've been fighting yarn. I have a headache because it's raining out, and I just overall need sleep. So with that, I will see you next time, and like, comment, subscribe to whatever you should do, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.